for the next few days. So we already have some storms here right in the general vicinity of Houston right now, back into San Antonio starting to bubble up. A lot of this in the Gulf right now, but we'll likely see more development here throughout the day, and that could stretch all the way through New Orleans over to the Florida Panhandle, where we're likely to see more storm development. Okay, here's our setup. We have that upper level support here for our storms. We have all that warm, moist Gulf moisture. So the Gulf of Mexico wide open, stationary front in place. This front just going to kind of be sagging south as we move throughout the week. So not really doing a whole lot except causing some unsettled weather here in the southeast. We'll see that high pressure kind of off to the north of that. And then as we track this out throughout the day today, if you're trying to get out to the beaches there in Texas, probably not going to be the best day to do so, from Corpus Christi up through South Padre Island, Houston, Galveston. Yeah, it's not looking like the best beach day for you. We'll see some storms probably in the Florida Panhandle developing later on today as well. So if you're heading out to, say, Pensacola Beach, might not be great either. You're just going to need to be aware that you could see, of course, some storms that could produce lightning, which is a big danger here at the beaches. Our severe weather forecast for today looks like this. The red zone from Raleigh to Columbia, back into Atlanta by this afternoon, and middle Georgia, back into Birmingham even. Damaging winds, hail, the primary threats with this. And for you in places like Raleigh over towards Charlotte, it's going to be later on in the day as we approach the nighttime hours. So by Raleigh, for you, it could even be around midnight before those storms reach your area. As we track this out, here we go. Atlanta looking like those storms could fire maybe around 4 or 5 o'clock up through Knoxville, Charlotte around 8 or 9 o'clock this evening. As I mentioned, for you in Raleigh, likely going to be much later, maybe even around 11 or midnight before you see the strong storms coming through, according to our models. So for tonight, that risk really now here in the Carolinas for the severe weather. Rest of us just getting some rain and thunderstorms, some scattered thunderstorms for tomorrow as well, stretching all the way back into Texas. And see what we're going to be dealing with. 92, your burn time about 15 to 25 minutes. Winds are going to be light. The water's warm. What's to not like there? As we head up the Florida coast, Vero Beach also looking good. Winds are calm. That water temperature is 78 degrees. Beautiful beach day for you in Vero. And further to the north there in Daytona, hot out there. 92, your burn time 10 minutes. And the water is around 76 degrees. So looking very nice there along the east coast of Florida and South Florida. Texas Gulf Coast, not so much. We're looking at stormy weather here at South Padre. Chance of rain 80%, showers and storms. Those winds, by the way, here along the Texas coast are going to be up there as well. Corpus Christi 81. Your chance of rain is going to be around 80%. On and off thunderstorms throughout the day as we get into Galveston as well. Look at those winds south at 28 miles per hour. So not a good beach day by any means here for you in Texas and parts of the Florida Panhandle as well. That includes you. Where it is going to look nice though, Hilton Head, South Carolina, 90. Your burn time around 10 minutes here. The water is warm here as well at 78. And Myrtle Beach also looking nice, 89 degrees, close to 90 there. Your burn time 10 minutes and the winds are calm. Heading further to the north as we get into Hatteras, always a beautiful beach out in Hatteras, 84 degrees. Those winds are light at 12. And then as we head farther to the north there to Virginia Beach, a mix of sun and clouds out there. Very nice weather, though comfortable there at the beach. And your burn time around 15 to 25 minutes. The water temperature a little bit cooler at 65. So looking very nice as we head into that area. Atlantic City, New Jersey, not so much. We've been talking about that chilly weather there. Well, if you're heading out to Key West today or any beaches for that matter, we just want to give you a little reminder on sunscreen safety here. Burn times, if you see that extreme 11 plus, that's going to be not much, less than 15 minutes. 15 to 25 is in the high category, and we go up from there in terms of the minutes it takes to burn. So where we're going to be baking today, well, Florida. You're all in the high zone here, so definitely grab the sunscreen there. Also, as we get into portions of the desert Southwest where we're going to see triple-digit temperatures throughout the day today, definitely going to be a good day for the sunscreen there. And some of the tips here, of course, seek shade in the middle of the day, avoid the tanning boosts, use SPF 30, and be sure to reapply. Can't rule out a stray shower, although it's not showing up on this particular forecast. There is some storminess in the Midwest and in your area. Nonetheless, just going to be a mix of sun and clouds, very pleasant in terms of temperature, is right about average here at 73. And then it should be a nice evening for you as well, still staying on the mild side. As I mentioned, you know, a few blips of green here showing up on our live radar right now. So again, maybe some of this not even touching the ground. Certainly some unsettled weather as we get north of you, though, into the Minneapolis area throughout the day today. So 62 with some rain, chilly there in the Twin Cities. Chicago, again, pretty nice to get outside today, 74 degrees. We will see some storminess here in St. Louis. The rest of the Midwest, though, looking relatively quiet down in through Lexington as well as to Cleveland, where it should be very nice, 80 degrees there right around the lake. All right, so taking you into Minneapolis, as I mentioned, we could see certainly some rain continuing to fall throughout the day today. Cloudy for sure. Looking at temperatures not getting up there all that high, still in the low 60s, so running about 10 degrees below average for you. Through the Northeast throughout the day today. So many of you also taking to the skies, not just a road travel holiday. And if you are, we just want to give you a heads up here from Boston down through New York City, Philadelphia, maybe even as far south as D.C. You could see some weather-related delays today, so just a good idea to check in on that. Travel here along I-90 as well is going to be a little bit touch and go for you throughout the day today. As we look at tomorrow, many of you heading back to work, and we do start to clear things out a little bit here along the coast, but nonetheless still very stormy here in the Northeast throughout. So again, I-90, I-80 going to be issues for you, and possibly in the air as well. Well, the south here today, we have a possibility of some severe weather at some of the bigger airports, including Atlanta's Hartsfield Jackson, back in through Raleigh and Charlotte. So look for possible delays there as well throughout the day today. And certainly if you're traveling in and around the areas later on this afternoon and this evening is really going to be more of our timing. Here in the Midwest, looking pretty good. Not expecting really any travel delays. Places like O'Hare and Detroit, down in through Cleveland. As we just saw in that forecast, not really looking at any big weather systems coming in.